Hello, my dear collective. Listen, I'm Diak. Let's do this. I feel really good. Okay. Is it a caffeine? Is it God? I'm thankful for all of it. Okay. So your go-to song is the one that played in the background very vaguely, but it's all I need. Okay. And basically, see your little notes. I got this song on the 11th. No, not the 11th, but that could also be relevant on the 9th of May. Okay. I have done this reading before. Any readings I've done in the past will be linked down below in the description or in the actual video. Um, so yeah, long story short, this soulmate, you're all they need. They're ready to be vulnerable. So here we go. Okay, your soulmate is ready to be vulnerable with you. That's the channel message. The side messages may resonate. We got Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius, 1996, Cincinnati, America, or yeah, Cincinnati. And then the name Oscar could also be relevant. Okay. You could be watching for a feminine, masculine. Let's shuffle and see what's up, okay? Hopefully you guys are doing well. This full moon in Scorpio. Yeah. So we're gonna start with clarifying the bits and pieces. Let's start with the name Oscar. Okay, so if you're watching for Oscar, or Oscar if you're watching, these are your cards. The first card we got was Queen of Wands. So you might be dealing with a fire sign, female, okay? Sag, Leo, Aries, okay? There might be some sort of confusion in relation to this fire sign. It could be third party related, other people, places, things, habits that could cause some sort of confusion. I don't know if this fire sign is confusing you, okay? Or is their surroundings confusing this fire sign in relation to you, Oscar, okay? The thing is, somebody, I feel like it could be friends or people around them that done some sort of research, okay? They could have done some background checks on you or whatever the case may be. Whatever they found out, they told your Queen of Wands. This fire sign, I'm also channeling an Aquarius is relevant here. So an Aquarius could be the reason why you guys are not together. This Aquarius person is the reason why you guys are separated. This is the reason why they don't want to be in relationship with you, okay? Or it's their surroundings, okay? Now, how is this feminine energy feel for you? Oscar, let's see. So, they feel like they want to marry you, okay? They feel like this is something forever. They feel like you guys are meant to be. However, they do feel like it's a challenge, okay? And how are you feeling based on the cards? Do you feel like things are not challenging, but you want some clarity? So if something is iffy, it's the surroundings, okay? It's an illusion here. This person sees the future with you, Oscar, is just somebody in their surroundings is not really for this relationship, Oscar, if I'm going to be honest here. You want clarity, you will get clarity, okay? So let's pull one card and move on to the next message. There we go. But don't be, if you mention their friends or their surroundings or something, whatever is the third party, Oscar, they might feel like you're attacking them. So I don't know if it's a good advice to mention these people or that third party situation. Third party could mean anything, habits, surroundings, place or thing, etc. Okay, because somebody might be a little bit defensive. Somebody might come off stupid, or somebody might come off as, not doing much in terms of being the protector. Okay, so you just kind of be mindful with your words and addressing this or reflecting over this. Let's do an advice card from the spirit animal. So focus on the small things, okay, not the big. The numbers could be relevant as well. We got these two as well. Spirit has a plan. Right now is a good time to surrender. 35, 39 could be relevant in terms of age timeline. Okay. So let's go with Cincinnati. Okay, whoever's from Cincinnati, watching from Cincinnati, meeting in Cincinnati is symbolic for somebody. It's relevant for somebody. Okay, Cincinnati. Okay, there's some sort of foundation that's going to be laid in Cincinnati, or the foundation will start in Cincinnati. Okay, a reference to Cincinnati, and the numbers could be relevant. So we got the Ace of Cups, so there's going to be a lot of love in relation to the word Cincinnati. Okay, there's also going to be a lot of abundance financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. So there's a lot of love in relation to Cincinnati. We got the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Major Arcanas, really good cards. Okay, whoever was like in hiding, isolation, or didn't feel their best, they're about to come up and have a glow up, basically, or you're gonna give them the glow up that they need. Okay, somebody's finally balanced in receiving love and receiving stability, whether it was anything in terms of a struggle for love or finances. Somebody's ready to accept the good that they deserve, or they have that now, and this is what they can bring to the table for you, or vice versa. Okay, hence why you guys are going to be lovers again. I love it. So basically, the money or dealing with love wasn't really, the vision wasn't positive in the past. Okay, somebody probably preferred to be single. I didn't think that things will work out in their favor in that area, hence why they were being distant. So the next thing here is Cancer. You could be Cancer, they could be Cancer. Let's shuffle. Okay, so in terms of Cancer here, somebody does not have hope for it to be a successful union. I feel like one person has hope for this, another person is over and done. They're like, they don't want to put in any more effort into this. But things are going in your favor. That's the thing, that I think what you're not seeing, or what they're not seeing, that things are actually going in your favor. But somebody will give up. As soon as they give up, things will shift for the better. Okay, because somebody is seeing right now at you or them, but it's like 50-50. One person is like, I'm still going, I still have hope. Another person like, this was the last straw. As soon as somebody is like, this is the last straw, then things are gonna shift for the better, because they don't have tailored vision. They don't have, basically that. Okay, things are gonna be successful. One person doesn't see it, but it's gonna come. Okay, because one person still has hope. So, there we go. Aquarius, Cancer. But based on the cards, we got Scorpio, I did say Aquarius, so Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo could be relevant in dealing with a Cancer, or you are those signs dealing with a Cancer. Okay, there's also going to be some sort of revelation in terms of some sort of illusion here as well, so that's good. It could be in relation to Capricorn. On that note, the Capricorn is next on the list. Side note, I'm still like clarifying the specific insights, okay, the side messages, if you may. In terms of the Capricorn, somebody's really scared right now, or you could be quite scared. Okay, because of some sort of sign, okay? Somebody's name is Valerie, okay? So it could be Capricorn Valerie, or they could be, in terms of Valerie here, I do feel like she is reflecting, or you are reflecting over Valerie. The numbers could be relevant, okay? The thing is, in terms of Valerie here, I don't think that she sees the future in terms of you being their soulmate as deep as you do, or Valerie you're watching and you're not seeing the signs in terms of this love as they do. One person is like, Valerie, it's you and me, and Valerie is like, no, or Valerie is like, let's go, let's do this, and you could be no, okay? And somebody's really scared about that outcome. The fact that somebody has fears will actually, I'm sorry to say, will actually triumph over you guys being successful. Whether it's Valerie having this fear or you, like if so, the fear will overtake in dealing with Valerie. Okay, I have to be honest. So yeah, like if you have to change that mindset and that energy, okay. But whoever is in the fear energy will let that overcome if you don't shift it. At least I said it here first, okay? Or also you're going to go through the same thing. I feel like the biggest fear in relation to Valerie is on you or Valerie, okay? But this will be a repeated cycle if you don't learn from it, okay? So, Capricorn. Sorry, you guys got interrupted by this Valerie situation. If Valerie, that name doesn't resonate, these are your cards. Somebody is waiting. Somebody's being very patient, or you being very impatient in relation to your person here. But somebody's still in this self-sabotage. Even if somebody's waiting, somebody's still afraid. Somebody's still like it. Not even if it's not based on feeling, somebody might solve this, okay? So as patient as you might be, or vice versa, somebody is still very prone to self-sabotaging, okay? And this is what keeping you guys stuck. The numbers could be relevant, timeline, age. Obviously, the small numbers if you have children, fur babies, real babies, etc., okay? Somebody needs to be honest about taking action and have more confidence. That's pretty much it, okay? This is for Capricorns. You guys can make it work because you're supposed to be in each other's life. But whoever is in this fair energy, get your shit together, okay? The next one here is Aquarius, okay? I mean, I mentioned that sign at least 3 times. Aquarius, if you're watching for an aqua, or you're aqua watching these 0 cards, somebody has a hard time seeing the light in this connection. They don't know what to do. Somebody also feels like somebody could come off as a bitch, or too much, or overwhelming. I'm tuning into the Aquarius doesn't have empathy, or somebody doesn't feel like pretty much somebody feels like the Aquarius doesn't have empathy, okay? The feminine could have a hard time balancing things, okay? Have an ego issue. I'm also channeling, they have a hard time seeing eye to eye. I don't get it. Listen, collective, it's not that deep. You have to communicate, okay? Because there's going to be an offer, but if somebody's like in their head about one's personality, because it could just be that, talk to your person, He could be a water sign if you're a male, okay? But listen, if you want this person, you can't be a coward, okay? And if you're Aquarius watching, you cannot be a coward, but I doubt it's you. If you're female Aquarius, you're probably the one that's like, in your I don't give a fuck era, okay? But if you're male, maybe there's a different frequency to you, because one person feels like you're too harsh, another person feels like you're not seeing eye to eye, and they're having issue on how to process all of this, okay? Whew. Next, I think that is, we got 1996. So anyone that's born during 1996, you or them, these are your cards. So somebody's not seeing eye to eye. Somebody's not seeing the signs, rather. No, sorry, they're seeing eye to eye. You're just not seeing the signs. One person is seeing the signs, another person is not. Okay? So basically, one person gets it, another person don't. Somebody is still very much in their head overplaying events that they should let go, but they don't want to let it go. But they do miss you, or you miss them. But somebody's having a hard time refreshing this relationship, okay? This relationship could have been dead and gone, but there's still a lot of residue on how to move on from it. One person gets it, another person don't. These are for those who burned there in 1996. And lastly, on the 11th, okay, this is a specific day. On the 11th, this one was in reverse. So somebody will stop being frustrated, jealous, being in the ego on this specific day. Or maybe on the 11th hour. But on the 11th, somebody's like, okay, I'm not going to be upset anymore. Somebody probably realized that this is a twin flame situation and they're going to take the good with the bad. Okay? Somebody might also realize during the 11th that this is actually love. Okay? On the 11th hour, 11th day, 11th something. Okay? Maybe you have 11th and the 11th is prominent here. Okay? Let me not complicate it. So I think that's everything for the specifics. Let me double check. I'm also tuning into the area is relevant. So something like on the 11th street, on the 11th something, okay? Something about the area is also relevant in terms of the number 11. Okay, so now for everybody else, let's recap. Your soulmate, all they need is you. They're ready to be open and vulnerable. So here it goes, okay? This is for everybody else, okay? That didn't resonate with that. How are they feeling? Well, they're ready to be vulnerable. Anything else that's relevant based on the cards? They're going to talk about, feeling scared about loving, being loved, things of that nature, okay? I also feel like somebody's used to a certain way of love. So this is something that they will talk about. They're also going to talk about how they view you as their true love. For some of you guys, you might have thought that belief systems was an issue, but it actually is bringing you guys more closer to each other. And this is why they're happy. Maybe somebody needs to learn your belief system. And that was like an issue for somebody, like in their head or actually in their day-to-day life. And somebody's like, you know what? I fucks with this. It's not an issue, okay? This is how they're feeling. I love this for you guys. Somebody else will view you as somebody quite tantalizing. So, I love it. I love it. Listen, collective, be ready for your person to be vulnerable on that male or female, okay? So let's do initials, first, middle, last. Something about the fall season is relevant. I'm tuning into a specific, I think it's like a fruit, chestnut something. Let me Google it. Yeah, chestnut. Something about chestnut is relevant. Chestnut color, chestnut pie, chestnut. Chestnut, okay? Something about this is relevant. I have to Google it because I was channeling in a different language, okay? So I say this to say, At least in Sweden, chestnuts are like they're everywhere during fall time, so that could be relevant. Okay. For like I said, first, middle, last initials. Okay. Um, I'm seeing class as well, so maybe somebody is a student. Okay. Um, somebody could be like a science geek or yeah, have a huge passion for something. Somebody could also be quite athletic as well. Something about I'm gonna tell everything, tell it all. Somebody could be a cat lover. Okay. Something about Tetris. It's given 90s vibe. You might have a love for the 90s aesthetic. This is pretty normal for normal. It seems to be the vibe for Gen Zers, alphas, to have an admiration for the 90s aesthetic. Okay. Should we do a little lyric base? You know what? We're gonna. No, you know what? We're gonna keep it simple. Sure. I'm gonna do this. The only thing based on the lyrics, we're gonna see when it was made. That could be relevant. Okay, so it's a personal song for the artist. It talks about vulnerability, trust, and the desire for emotional support. You can read it on genius.com. So you guys can, okay. It talks about being exhausted and yearning for one to change. Okay, so somebody's like going through it, yearning for you, vice versa here. They just need to be healed and they want emotional healing from you, from themselves to make this, doable. I will say this though, the first time I heard his song, because it feels such like a 2000s track for me. I first heard this song on the Vampire Diaries. Okay, listen. I could very much expand that. That was the first time I heard this song. Okay, and I don't know if I channeled that song when I was watching that show years back, but it's coming up again. Okay, because the last time I did this song was a year ago, 2 years ago. Time has been spent. With that being said, you could have spent time with this person for a long period of time, even if it's like a back and forth, even if it was like a year ago, 2 years ago, they still have there's still a connection there. Okay, so on that note, we finished this reading. Thank you for stopping by. Just do a little numbers game, even though I'm very big on divine timing. But number 5 could be relevant. Number 9, days, hours, weeks, months, if it doesn't make sense, collective, don't take it. Okay, number 3 as well. On that note, until next time.